Good evening, friends, for the second time in one day. Happy Wednesday, everybody. Happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, happy Wednesday, otherwise known as Hump Day. Thank you all for hanging out. I'm sorry I'm a bit late. If you were in the other show, you know that I was just there with Ange, Tiny Trinkets, and Tro doing our trust part 2, which was talking about trust in relationships. So now I've come over here to do the second part of my show, or the first part of my show. Not really sure how to say that. Hope you're all doing well. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. Hello, hello, hello. So tonight, my friends, we are talking about boosting positivity in our home and in our workspace. And there is so much to cover, so much to cover. So I do want to go ahead and get started as soon as I get my notes up here on my screen. Thank you so much for following me here. I appreciate it so much. You guys are fantastic. Anna Banana's here, and Sempris is here, and Suzanne is here. Cartomancy Mesquite's here. Michelle Mybell, Sempris. Not sure if I said that already. Of course, Kelmar's here. Flowing's here. You guys are awesome. All right, so. All right, let me open up my notes and we will go ahead and get started. So I posted up my positivity challenge. I'm not sure who watched it, who didn't. And that's what I had done for the weekend. And now I've just got to close my note. I don't know why it's so big. How do I make that smaller? Bear with me, my friends. All right, now we can do it. Okay. Ba-dum-bum-bum-bum. There we go. All right. We are in business, as they say. All right, so how do I'm not sure who's seen the positivity video. As I was saying, sorry, I lost my thought, my train there. But if you have not checked it out, please do check it out. I showed you some of the things that I have done just to sort of boost my positivity over the weekend. And I'd love to see what you guys did over the week to boost your positivity. All right. How to bring in more positive energy into your home. I can't believe how much information I found about this. And why I say that I can't believe it is because I didn't think that it was a thing until I found so much stuff about it, which is just interesting to me. First thing that I found, having a clutter-free home was probably the number one point that I found, and I went to about 8 different places. It was probably the number one thing that I found, having a clutter-free home. Obviously, if you have a clutter-free home, it's just easier to navigate. It is easier to find things. It helps you to stay more organized. If you have allergies, you know, it doesn't, like, there's no dust and mites and all those things. But something that I found was really, really interesting that, you know, I probably knew, but I forgot, was that clutter creates stagnant energy. A clean, clutter-free space will provide you with a sense of peace and calm. I often will say to Mark, my husband, sorry, for those of you that may not know who that is, I often say to him, sorry, I banged my new desk, I'm still getting used to it. I often say to him that well, things are getting cluttered. Like I feel like the walls start to close in on me. So it's important for me specifically to have, the clutter sort of, and I'm not saying I'm like squeaky clean. I just mean things where they're supposed to go, right? Like some sort of order, right? Keeping your house smelling pleasant. Using essential oils such as lemon, right? The scent of lemon is ideal if you want to uplift your spirit and have a good mood. We can all think back and remember certain cleaning products that our parents used in their homes, and we know those smells. So when you think about that, right, that you remember what certain cleaning products smelled like from your childhood, and you think about that, that makes complete sense. You remember those smells. Why do you remember them? You either remember them because they were horrible, because they were your constant. You know what I mean? What a wonderful way to boost your positivity in your home. If you think about this from this standpoint, where I'm going with this, you could bring in something that makes you think of something else, right? Remember when you were a little kid and you would go to your grandparents' house or your own home or a friend's home, and someone was, making chocolate chip cookies, for example. You know what that smells like? Real estate agents all over the world will tell you, you want to sell your house? Pop a pie or pop some chocolate chip cookies in the oven and have that smell going through the home, because it makes people feel comforted, right? So you can boost your own personal positivity by bringing in a smell that you like. And then there are other scents that will just absolutely lift your vibration up. So lemon is one of them. Peppermint. If you're feeling tired, consider using peppermint essential oils. Apparently this helps to sort of reinvigorate you. Rosemary. It is believed that rosemary can improve your mood. Sweet orange or sweet citrus supports a positive mood as well as increases your creativity. Lavender, as we all know, soothes and calms and promotes a sense of well-being and reduces stress, right? You can use essential oils. You can get candles. My friends, can I just tell you that this is just some that was my husband. I don't have any visitors here in the house, just my husband. I got this cheap candle here. It's wild blueberry. Okay. This is just from it's a store that we have here in Canada called Giant Tiger. It's like a Kmart, Zellers, Walmart kind of thing, right? It smells like, I could eat it. That's how good it smells. And it just makes me happy. So why the heck not? You could use scented candles. You could use the wax melts. You can burn incense. There's all kinds of things that you can do. You can take an orange and put corns in it. You can slice up lemon and oranges. You could put cranberries and put them in a pot on the stove and leave it on low in a little bit of water, and just sort of let the aroma, sort of filter throughout the house. It's beautiful, right? So easy. One of the easiest relaxing home decorating ideas that you can do or that exist out there is to incorporate a candle or incense into your house, right? In other words, major impact for least amount of effort is where we were going with that. It will not only make your home smell good, but it will also turn your home into a stress-free zone, right? Because certain scents, can activate different feelings and thought and emotions, which is just really interesting. It will also obviously get rid of unpleasant odors, which is always a good thing. And when it gets rid of the odors or the stagnant energy in your home, it allows for the new energy to just flow better. I mean, who would have thought that putting a candle in your house or an incense stick could do all that? I know that I didn't even consider all of that. I just thought, like, it smells good, right? All right. So Semper says yes, a little vanilla extract, cinnamon sticks, and orange peels in a pot. Yes, exactly, Sempress. And I did see what you said, cardamancy. I love that about baking the chocolate cookies or the pies. You know, just activating those smells that just fill us with joy or happiness, right? And just so that you know, this is not just a bunch of people writing this. This is an actual scientific sort of study, I guess, that they've done, that there is a link between our emotional center in our brain and smell, which I just think is amazing. So, you know, again, if you're wanting to invoke happy feelings, you try to go for lavender. Oh, hi, Quincy. Come on and say hello to everybody. Not on the desk. There's a candle there, you crazy cat. Sorry, where was I before Quincy just walked onto the desk? So happy feelings, you try to go for like lavender, citrus scents, because they actually are known to release endorphins in your body that leave you feeling happy and relaxed. So I think that that's beautiful. A Himalayan salt lamp. It purifies the air. It also promotes better sleeping, right? Did you guys know that a Himalayan salt lamp actually is like a proven air purifier, other than just looking fantastic? Did you guys know that? Say hi to everybody. Say hi. Hello. Oh, nice shot, baby. Nice shot. Oh my goodness. Yes. Yes. I did not know that. So interestingly, it is an air purifier. So there you have that. Okay, so we have decorate your home with things that make you happy. Okay. Wall decorations with different sayings like live, love, laugh, live your dream, or other inspiring quotes. They add positive vibes to the room. Inspiring images or trinkets that you may have. Like, you don't have to get crazy with the tchotchkes, right? Or the knickknacks. But I'm only speaking from personal experience. I feel complete when I have my stuff around me. It makes me feel good to have my mom's picture up and, you know, the believe sign on my wall that my sister gave me, and the candle that my auntie gave me. You know what I mean? Like, those things make me feel good. They make me feel happy. And I actually have experienced not having them around me, because when we first moved here, as everyone knows, we renovated this house, and so all of our stuff was packed up. I didn't have my stuff around me for a couple of months, and I was feeling some sort of way. So just a note, decorate your home with things that make you feel good, right? That's how you boost your positivity. And daily affirmations, yes, absolutely, Suzanne. On my bulletin board that I created, which is in my video, I've got the following. I believe in me. I am ready for something bigger, better, and brighter. Be what you want to see, which is from the language of flowers. I love that. Show the world your sparkle. I say that all the time. Shine bright from the inside out. And I sort of took that from something that our friend Suzanne says quite often in the chat. Hope that's okay, Suzanne, that I kind of borrowed that saying a little bit, or a little bit of the saying. I love this. This is from my little deck of gratitude cards. What you have now was once what you hoped that you would have. I love that. So I have those on my wall, right? And I also have butterflies on that poster. Moving on. Of course, pictures of your friends and your family and the people that lift you up, the people that inspire you, the people that comfort you and support you. Sometimes looking at a picture of someone allows you to feel that connection when you look into their, into the portrait, into their eyes. You can look into the portrait and feel yourself being transported to an actual point in time, right? A significant memory that means an awful lot to you, that makes you happy, right? Bringing nature into your house. So important. Now, for people that have cats like me, whose cats eat plants like me, we have to have fake plants, right? Now, it's not the same thing, obviously, as having actual real flowers, but it still gives me the same effect, especially in the winter months. So, flowers are an instant mood booster, right? They also have the whole scent thing going for them. So they add an element beyond just the beauty of it, right? They make your house smell fragrant, right? Sometimes just walking in and looking at an arrangement of flowers or a bouquet of flowers just perks you up and makes you feel good, right? So they are saying that adding a bamboo plant in your house to incorporate feng shui in your home is something that also is to be considered. That plants, so not flowers, but plants, play an important role in creating positive energy at home. When choosing a plant to decorate your house with, try to incorporate plants such as bonsai and bamboo, basil and sage that are said to radiate positive energy. Opt for easy care plants like succulents and ferns, so like those little sort of cacti looking plants, or ferns that you don't have to do an awful lot of maintenance to, right? And arrange them around your house where there is a sunny window in a high traffic area. They will help with the air purification. They will just help you make you feel more peaceful, more connected, right? Of course, always place your plants in a well-lit area to maximize their positive impact on your home, right? This one blew my mind in terms of I didn't think of it. But as soon as I seen it, I was like, that's genius. Are you ready for this one, friends? Clear up the entrance to your home. The entrance. So outside the front door and inside the front door. I don't care if you live in an apartment, a trailer, a house, whatever the case may be, right? This is the first point of contact for you when you come home. From wherever you're coming from, it is the first thing that you see. And who feels good about walking into a hot mess where there's like shoes and stuff all over the place and everything's like all like a total chaotic situation, right? Clearing up the entrance of your home, the first point of contact for you and of course your visitors. And so it should be designed to give off a warm, calming vibe. And in terms of the minute that you open up that, like as soon as you drive up, right? As soon as you walk down that hall, you're like, oh, it's so good to be home, right? And then you open up that door and you're like, I'm home. That's what you want it to feel like, right? This one I thought was extremely interesting. Reorient the furniture. The placement of your furniture plays an important role when creating a calm home environment. You should be easily able to navigate through your home without interruptions, right? So like there should be like a flow, or like almost like a hallway, if you will, through the different spaces in your home, right? Avoid having furniture that will block your line of sight or the path that you walk. Having an open pathway to navigate through a home contributes to creating positive feelings to spaces. And why? Because there's a flow. There's a start, there's a middle, and there's an end, right? I love that. Pay attention to your lighting. A room that is dark and poorly lit is almost guaranteed to feel closed in, like not close, but closed in, as well as a little bit depressing. Even if a room doesn't have much natural sunlight, it is important to make sure that it is well lit with, lights and lamps. The simple act of turning on lamps and overhead lights at the appropriate times of the day and night can instantly help a room feel brighter and cleaner. Brighter and cleaner, my friends. Which can help make you feel more awake, more lively, and more positive. I mean, think about that for a second. Just turning on a light can make you feel more positive, more energized, and more awake. Of course, as we discussed last week, add some color, right? I'm not going to go through a whole bunch of this, but add some color. Adding a pop of color to a room can immediately make the area feel brighter and livelier. It's one of the easiest changes that you can make to a room. Place a few bright throw pillows on the couch, or drape a pretty quilt over your bed for an instant boost, right? Color is clinically proven, as we discussed last week, to influence your mood, and lively colors like greens, yellows, and reds can have an immediate positive impact towards your happiness and your energy levels. Immediate. One of the best things that I ever invested in, friends, I will share, I'm sure that you all have them, is pillow cushion covers. So these are pillows that go on the couch, the living room sort of pillows that everyone has, the toss pillows, toss cushions, whatever you want to call them. And these are covers. So they are decorated and they have a zipper. I have a pillow. I stick it inside the cover, zip it, stick it on my couch. It looks good for 3 months. Kelly decides, hey, I want to change it. I unzip it, take it off, throw it in the wash, grab another one, put a different color on. Boom. My room is different. I have about 16. That's no joke. You can ask Mark. I'm not picking those up. I love them because I can instantly transform my living room. And I love that. Here are a few other suggestions. Let the sun shine in, right? Open the blinds and the drapes and allow the sunlight or the daylight to come into your space, right? Open your window to allow the fresh air to flow in and let the stale air out. We all know what it feels like when we do that spring cleaning, as Flowing mentioned, right? And again, triggering that memory of long ago when our grandmas and our moms used to do it more so than us doing it now. But the point is, just that smell, right? That smell of the fresh air just makes you feel, ooh, I can do something, right? Open the window a little bit, right? And allow the fresh air to flow in and the stale air out. Also, what happens when you open up the window? You hear the outdoor noises. You hear the kids laughing down the street. You hear the birds chirping in the trees. You hear the rainstorms. You hear the clouds. The thunder in the not so far off distance. What do those sounds do? All of those sounds create like a vibe, right? All of a sudden, you're not just stuck in your four walls. You're letting other things come in. It's picking you up. It's beautiful. Hang wind chimes. Hang wind chimes. So if you've got a door or a window and you're able to, or a balcony, and you're able to put your wind chimes on, right? Open up your window and let that noise in. It is beautiful. Beautiful. The delicate sounds that the wind chimes create can create such a peaceful, calm feeling within yourself. It is truly a beautiful thing. Consider a bird feeder. Consider placing a bird feeder directly outside of your window, or maybe on your front porch, or your back patio, or on your balcony if you're able to, right? They come in all different shapes and sizes, and can be hung fairly easily, right? And the birds will start frequenting the feeder within a matter of days, absolutely. And then you get to sit and visualize the birds coming into the feeder, which is just glorious, right? It just picks up your whole spirit, right? Of course, and you get to listen to the chatter, which of course does the same thing. It's again, something pretty basic and pretty simple can make such a significant change in your life. And imagine the amount of days or time within one day that you could get enjoyment out of that, right? All right. And so I'm sorry, I have missed 58 million comments already. I do apologize. I know I got here late and I got a whole bunch to go through. But really quickly, so Flowing says, I have chimes in my kitchen window. Love, love, love. Cartomancy says, play your drums. That's excellent, Cartomancy. I love that. Thank you, Vivian. I'm glad that you're here, my friend, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it. Yes, the hummingbirds, absolutely. All right, what else have we got here? Semper says, I got up and moved my living room furniture around when you mentioned rearranging furniture. Not sure the coffee table position will work, but it does look better. I mean, I think it's just the feel of it, right? Like I feel better, right? Cartomancy saying, I love storms. Flowing was saying she loves beautiful nature sounds. Suzanne saying, whistle of the wind, and birds chirping. And that's exactly what it is, right? It's just allowing yourself the opportunity to just sort of go, you know what? I need a boost. I mean, opening a window and letting some fresh air in doesn't cost you anything. You didn't have to go to the store. You didn't have to buy anything. You didn't have to try to unpack a box. You didn't have to read any instructions. You just opened a window. That's all. Right? Oh, fantastic, Faye. I love that. I'm getting stained glass for my kitchen window. I love that, Faye. That's beautiful. Gypsy JJ says, I agree. I'm in love with Kelly Spirit. Oh, thank you, Gypsy JJ. You're so kind. Suzanne says, I get enough birds without one. I'm sure that woodpecker will be back to peck at my stove and laugh out loud. I mean, these things do happen. Absolutely, Suzanne. Absolutely. All right, my friends, we're going to move on to the workspace, right? And I love this. You guys keep it coming in the chat. You guys are awesome. Hopefully you're learning some new things here, or just little tips, sort of refreshing our brains of the ways that we could boost the positivity in our home that doesn't require us to buy all new things, right? I mean, that's why I wanted to do this. We're stuck in the house. We're stuck, either working from home or in the house way more than we're ever used to or thought possible. It's wintertime. It's freezing cold outside. All of these things that we're mentioning, or most of these things that we're mentioning, are, very reasonable if they cost anything at all. And it's going to make a dramatic change to your mood. And that is the goal. That's what we're trying to achieve here, right? So boosting the positivity in your workspace. Why is positive energy important in the workplace. Positive energy in your workplace is the easiest way to promote success. If you don't have an energetic or upbeat feeling while you're at work, chances are you won't be very productive. Positive energy is more than just having a glass half full kind of attitude. It's about the space around you. It's about the space around you. And yes, Suzanne, absolutely great point. Remember to donate if you replace something or update it. So do what you can to make your workspace a positive environment so that it keeps you motivated. Because when your workplace has a positive energy, you'll be able to do what? You'll be able to be more productive. You will have an overall better mood or frame of mind. You will feel more awake and alert. You will stay comfortable at your desk, so you won't be getting up and moving around all over the place. You will actually accomplish more tasks, right? If you look at your workplace and think about how can I liven it up with some positive energy? You don't want to feel burnt out at your cubicle every day or at your desk every day. So take the few steps necessary to sort of help yourself out and set yourself up for success, right? Why walk in and sit down at your desk when it looks like a bomb went off on your desk? For entertainment purposes only, YouTube. I'm not telling anyone to do that. I'm just saying, right? And it's complete chaos and you can't even see the surface of your desk anymore. How is that a way to start your day? It's like walking into the kitchen with a sink full of dishes. Who wants to do that? So here's what we can do. Here are just a few ideas of how we can create a happier workspace. Now, obviously, this does not work for everyone. A doctor in surgery can't really, change the lighting, right? Obviously, someone who is working in a factory on an assembly line can't really, hang a plant, but perhaps they have a locker, right? Perhaps they have a locker or a personal space somewhere else that they could make a change to, right? So create a comfortable work environment. What's the first thing that you do? Comfortable chair and a suitable work surface, right? Anti-glare screens, good quality equipment, something that's not going to fall apart, right? Something that you feel comfortable in, something that you don't mind being surrounded by every day. Now, obviously, we are not in control of, if we work for a company or a person, whatever, we can't demand that they have these things for us. And if you're able to, perhaps, I did this at one of my places of work. The company could not afford to buy me a new chair. And so I brought my own from home. Because the one that they had was like off kilter and it was hurting my whole situation. And so I brought one from home. And it was my chair and no one else sat in it. And it sat at my desk. And when I left, I took my chair with me. Right? Now, I'm not saying that everyone has a chair at home that they can bring with them, but I think you get my point, right? Try to express your concern if you do have a boss that, perhaps maybe I need, one of those it's a roll that goes behind your back, a lumbar support. Maybe I need a new cushion on my chair. Maybe I need a footstool for my feet, etc. Right? Maybe I need the thing where you put the phone if anyone actually uses a landline anymore, where you're not holding it like this. It actually just sort of sits on your shoulder. Or maybe you would like a headset, so that you could actually be hands-free. You can go to your supervisor or your boss and make these suggestions. Or if you have like some sort of a committee at your work or a union, you could always make a suggestion. I'm not saying that they're going to be heard, but I mean, you're trying, right? And if they deny that they can't do it, maybe you could ask if you could bring it in from home, just as an example, right? Moving on, bring in some light. Good lighting will make you feel, as we already said earlier, in the home, awake and refreshed and ready to work. Dimly lit offices can cause eye strain, right? When we're looking at bright screens and you have really dim lights above you or certain kinds of lights overhead, it can have really negative effects on a person. It can cause headaches or fatigue. And of course, like we just said, problems with eye strain. Make sure that your cubicle or your work desk, your area, has the right amount of light so that you can work comfortably and accomplish your tasks. Lots of us have worked in big offices where there's like one giant fluorescent light right above us. And if we turn to the left or turn to the right to try to do a different task, the lighting sucks. There's all kinds of new lighting that we can get. There's under the counter lighting. I have those in my kitchen where I walk in and all of my countertops are lit up. I can adjust the brightness of that. All I need to do is wave my hand and it turns itself off or it turns itself on depending on what I want to do. And oftentimes I won't even turn the lights on in the kitchen during the daytime. I will just use those lights there because they literally, they're great for chopping up things that are, lighting makes a difference, friends. Hi, Sharon Sipe. How you doing, love? Yeah, I just got myself this desk. I should show it all to you. Once I get everything set up, I will. I just bought myself a new desk. So this is an L-shaped desk with a rotating small part of the L, shall we call it. So I have a big desk, and then I've got this small piece that I can rotate in different directions. I can make it so it's an L. I can make it a L on the other side. I can tuck it underneath it so it's one table, or I could pull it out almost like a big long buffet table if I wanted to. So I love that I have all these options with this desk. It's fantastic. Okay, moving on. Greenery. A recent study revealed that when plants are added to a workspace, 37% of employees reported feeling less tension and anxiety, and a 58% felt a drop in depression. A similar study also found that productivity jumps 15% when plants are in your work area. A plant at your workspace cleans the air around you and can even boost your creativity. Isn't that interesting? I don't know what this is going to do for my creativity, friends, but I mean, I tried, right? Yeah, we have those two, Suzanne, and they're fantastic, right? All right. Moving on, my friends. Picking a color scheme. So we went over this last week a lot with the whole color, but we'll just briefly touch on it a little bit here, right? Different colors can elicit psychological responses and emotions. For example, blue can stimulate the mind and lead to increased productivity. Yellow is shown to stimulate emotion and increase creativity. Secondary colors like purple, green, and orange also show positive psychological benefits, which is interesting, right? But that goes to what we were talking about last week about the shades and the tints, right? Green provides calmness. Purple promotes contemplation. Orange creates comfort. Interesting. right? Suzanne says, pick your color as well. Seafoam green here. Yeah. This office, I don't even know what color this is. So originally it was a blue color. And then, as you all know, we were supposed to not be here. We were supposed to be transferred to a whole other province, and we repainted the entire house all the same color, and then the transfer didn't come through. So now this is like a bluey gray color. It kind of depends on the lighting. During the daytime, it looks more blue. Or sorry, during the daytime, it looks more gray, and at night, it looks more blue. Yes, flowing green is definitely more calming. All right, moving on. Get organized. A cluttered desk can result in a cluttered mind. A cluttered desk can result in a cluttered mind. I used to have a lady that I worked with who was not very nice at all to me, but there you have it. But the one thing that she said always stuck with me. We used to have dress down day twice a month. And her dress down looked like some people's dress up. I'll just say that. She was a very well put together, like very well put together person in terms of the way that she dressed, right? And she said to me one day that she didn't like the whole idea or concept of dress down because it implies to some people, and she was referring to the people in the office that, I mean, you couldn't tell the difference between Wednesday and Friday, but they thought they were getting away with something, right? She said, in her opinion, that it's like coming to work in your pajamas. So you come to work in your pajamas and you think lazy, right? And I don't mean that you're like intentionally like, I'm just not going to give 100%. But if you don't look the part, if you don't feel the part, right? That's where I think she was going with it. Hi, Ron. How you doing, love? Thank you for being here, my friend. So if you don't look the part, you don't feel the part. I think that's where she was going with that. And this point is the same kind of is alluding to the same kind of thing, right? That a cluttered desk can result in a cluttered mind. It's the same as you know, having the entrance to your home represent you well. So I'm not saying don't be comfortable. I'm saying, you know, if you showed up in your curlers and your house coat and your mask on your face, chances are you're not probably given 100%. I think that's what this speaks to. Moving on. Not only does clutter waste your valuable time because you're busy looking for stuff, but it also affects your productivity, right? 87% of workers admitted in this survey that they did that an unorganized desk made them less productive. What I think is interesting about that is that people actually admitted that in a survey. Something that I always did when I left my office every night was I always cleared off my desk. Every night, without fail. There was nothing on my desk that like my stapler, you know, my cup of pens, my calendar, my calculator, those kind of, obviously the keyboard and the computer, but those were the only things that were left out. There was no paper on my desk whatsoever. For me, particularly because of the job that I did, it was about the security of the things that were on the papers that I would be able to leave out, that just was a no-no. But I didn't like the way it looked when I came in the morning. It stressed me out. It literally stressed me out. I'd walk in and it would be like a, you know, like a bomb went off on my desk, and it would, what a horrible way to start my day. Again, to the point that I made earlier about, you know, getting up in the morning and going in the kitchen and it's a full set of like dirty dishes in the sink, and you're just like, oh, like I can't even see straight, right? All right. Excessive comfort leads to lax attention to detail in work environment. Yes, Anna, exactly where I was going with that. Thank you, my friend, for saying it so well. Oh, Ron just finished your live with Terry and Jean. Good stuff, Ron. Semper says it is true that I feel much more ready when I take the time to put some jeans or at least clean leggings on and braid my hair. Absolutely. I'm sure that many people would believe this, but so I used to work from home for about a year and a bit, and we had the ability at any moment in time to have someone pop up and say, like, turn your camera on. I want to talk to you. I made it a point from day one that I got ready for work, even though I was only going 6 feet, right? Intentionally. And I don't mean I was dressed like I was going out to like dinner and dancing or anything, but like I combed my hair, I put some makeup on if that's the mood that I felt. I tried to dress like I was clean, I was neat, I was presentable, I was tidy, in an effort to allow my brain to be on, right? And so that I could do my job to give my 100%, if that makes sense. All right, let us move down here. Oh, I lost my note. How'd that happen? Oh my gosh, you guys went all the way to the top. Bear with me, bear with me, bear with me. Doom, 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 doom. All right, where are we here? Add greenery, pick a color scheme. All right. Make it personal. Make it personal. Right? You sit at your desk every single day, assuming that you have a desk to sit at, right? Or you go to your locker every day, right? If you work on an assembly line, or maybe you're a driver, you have a vehicle, you know what I mean? And this doesn't go for just the office. I mean, maybe you have a workspace in your house, right? Where it's dedicated, like a dedicated craft room, or like this is my office, basically, right? So if you sit there for several hours a day, 5 days a week, or whatever the case may be, why not make the space yours? Why leave it clinical looking? Or like literally, like if you got up and someone else sat there, boom, it's their desk, right? Photos, artwork. Like, I realize not everyone can have a candle at their desk. So here's what's on my desk really quick. I have this lovely calendar situation here, right? Which I love playing with this, by the way. This is more childlike than you know. So these are like little blocks, right? That I can move around, right? And you have to change them up. And it gives every day I come in here and this is what I do, right? I've got my lovely little fake plant, as everybody has seen, right? Because of my kitty cats, they will eat the flowers and stuff right off the plant. I have my phone, of course, which I know that a lot of companies won't allow you to keep your phone on your desk. I have my lovely cup with all of my markers and my pens, and also my tripod for my camera is in here, right? I have my phone cord so I can plug my phone in, so I'm never going to not be charged when I leave my office and go in my car, right? And I have a footstool, which I'm not going to pick up because it's heavy. But I have a footstool underneath my desk so I can put my feet up. And so I haven't done a lot, but I've done a few things to make myself more comfortable when I'm sitting here. I always have my blankie, right, in case I get cold. And I have my bulletin board above me with my little sayings on it and my butterflies. And that's what I've done to make this space feel more like Kelly, make me feel more comfortable in my space so that I want to come here and sit down and talk to you guys, or turn the camera on, or whatever you want to say, right? Scrubs look nice and comfortable. Suzanne loved my scrubs. wearing uniform and instills purpose. Yes, I agree with that. At the beginning of working from home during pandemic, a lot of people were struggling and realized that going out to drive or walk around the block to commute and having that routine helped a ton. Yeah. I used to find that, to that point, Sempress, that the 5 or 10 minute commute to work, or whatever the case may be, maybe it was 55 minutes or whatever, there was a certain amount of time that I commuted back and forth to work that I actually felt like I needed, right? To listen to the music, to pump myself up on the way going there, and then, to sort of like mumble under my breath all the way home to let go of the crap that, whatever I dealt with that day. So that commute, you're missing that. So you don't have the time to pump yourself up or to let it go. And all you do is walk down the hallway or, out of one room and into another, and you're at your second job, right? And that's what it starts to feel like. And to the point that you mentioned about routine, for me personally, as someone, with anxiety, keeping myself on a routine is extremely important. The minute that I'm off my routine, I could be in like real big trouble. That's when my anxiety, because then everything else falls off, right? So if you're not on your routine, if you don't go to sleep at the same time, you don't wake up at the same time, you don't wake up at the same time, you don't eat at the same time, you don't eat at the same time, other things are not working at the same time as they once were, right? All of a sudden now, like you're just feeling like, oh God, I just want to sit down. You know what I mean? It throws the whole thing off. Routine is extremely important for me. All right. I think this is my last point here. So let me I got to move this up a little bit here. So yes. So displaying photos and artwork in your, in and around your work area or your office, whatever you want to call it, just like in your own personal home. And I mean, that's the thing, right? If you decorate your house, I'm not saying decorate your office, but try to put a little bit of you into your office, right? Maybe you've got a mug with a picture on it of something or somewhere that you've went, or just a cute saying that just makes you happy. It can be something as simple as that, right? 83% of employees that they surveyed said that artwork should be included in their workplace. So meaning that the company should have artwork. Hi, Valerie. How are you, love? 83% of those employees said that artwork should be included in the company. So maybe you work in a place where you're not able to, put anything up. Maybe you could put a screensaver on your computer of a lovely picture. Maybe you could stick it on the inside of a file cabinet drawer or something where it's, where you could look at it, or in your locker or something like that. Yes, have a fun lunchbox. I mean, these are all things. You're not doing this for the company, and I think that's where the disconnect comes. You're not doing this for the company. You're doing this for you. You're doing this to help you so you have a better day. So to me, that's worth the effort, right? Speaking to the lunchbox, make yourself a fantastic lunch, right? Make yourself a fantastic lunch. Art on your walls, posters, things of that nature, artwork can also help, as well as photography, like nature, stuff like that, can help you with your own creativity, right? Even lower your stress levels, depending on what you're looking at, of course. Personal photos can remind you of the people that you love, the places that you love, and why you're doing this. And I don't know about you guys, but we've all had that. I mean, I think we've all had that moment, if not several of them, where you're like, honest to God, I can't take another minute here. I hate this place. I'm away from my family. I should be doing X, Y, and Z, 1, 2, 3. And then you have that moment of clarity where you're like, you know what? I've got to come back tomorrow because this is how I pay my bills. Now, I'm not in any way saying work in an unsafe environment where you're feeling harassed or ridiculed or objectified or anything like that. I'm just talking about you're just tired because you're doing too much at once, right? That's what I'm referring to. So stick a couple of photos around your office of your family to remind you, or your last vacation perhaps, or your dream vacation that you want to go on, or maybe the camper that you want to buy, or rent to take your family on a lovely vacation. Maybe that's what you're going to retire in. Why not have that motivation sort of looking at you, reminding you of why you're taking this, and allowing you to be sorry, I froze up. Allowing you to be in a more positive frame of mind as you continue with your day. Just as a suggestion. Marie says, my longest job was 18 years. After I left, my autopilot had me exit and drive down that street for a while. No doubt. No doubt. And 18 years. Well done, my friend. Suzanne says, happy employee is a productive employee. Exactly. Right. I mean, there are companies, newer companies, that are a lot more flexible with different things, right? Like standing desks and sitting on exercise balls, or whatever the case may be. Things are different in the workplace than they once were. I wasn't ever fortunate enough to work for a company like that, but even the company that I worked in, which was not very progressive by any stretch of the imagination. They were way back in the 40s. I worked there for a very long time, and there was a lot of men there, not a lot of females. And they used to call us the skirts, and I did not like that. I didn't appreciate it. And I was one of the youngest females that worked there by about 25 years in age difference. And bye, Anna Banana. I hope you have a good night, love. Many blessings to you. Sweet dreams. On Secretary's Day, we all used to get a bouquet of flowers delivered to us. And the reason was because one of the owners didn't want anyone to feel less than or more than or whatever. There were no secretaries at our place of business, but he wanted us all to know that we were appreciated for whatever it is that we did. For example, we all used to get Christmas bonuses. Any bonus, any thanks, any appreciation is appreciated, and sometimes necessary and needed, right? The way they went about the bonuses was hysterical, and so old fashioned and triggering for so many individuals. We won't get into that, but the point was they let us know that they appreciated us for what we put forth. One of the owners used to have a cottage, and in the summer months he would come home from the cottage on like Tuesday and bring us all like pies and fruits or whatever the case may be, and put it out on the we had like a sort of like a coffee counter thing, and he would put it out. They would have barbecues in the summer. They would have pizza days sometimes where they would buy us lunch or provide our lunch for us. Just different things like that just make you feel appreciated and make you feel good. And I guess that's really what the point is of that whole last half in terms of what we could do in our workspace, right? And the idea is to create a workspace that makes us feel comfortable, that makes us feel good about being there. Because let's face it, I mean, not a lot of people are lucky enough to love going to work every day or love the job that they do every day, right? So try to help yourself out because that's what you're doing. You're not helping the company, you're helping you, right? So my friends, that was a good talk. Thank you so much for hanging out with me in the first talk, which was trust part 2 in relationships. And then of course now with positivity. Again, I'm going to do another video on Sunday where I will pop up what I've done this week for, increasing my positivity. And I hope that you guys, check it out and comment. I appreciate the support. Thank you, Flowing. I appreciate you. What else is going on that I have to tell you? I did not put the picker piles up, but I promise I will have them done by tonight. It's just because the desk was out in the middle of everywhere and it was a whole situation. So I do apologize for that. So coming up for the remainder of this week, what do we need to know? Tomorrow, 11 a.m., I will be here doing oracles and chat. Friday, I will be here at 3 p.m. This is all Eastern time for Thanks Spirit. It's Friday, where we do a collective read for what's happening for the weekend. Sunday, I will have the Taroscopes up for all the signs and my positivity video for this week. So I hope that everybody enjoyed tonight. Thank you so much. You guys were phenomenal in your participation in the chat. There was so much beautiful things being said and comments and things being shared. You guys, I love it, love it, love it, love it, because the energy level was so positive and so beautiful, and it is, there's no better thank you that I could get than when I see you guys participating in that way in the chat. It makes me feel fantastic. I can't really show you the desk because my camera is attached to it, but when I do my when I do the pickle piles, but I can't speak. When I do the pickle piles, I'll show you a picture of the desk then. But thank you for asking, Gypsy JJ. I do appreciate that, and I will show you. And thanks to my husband for putting the whole thing together. We still got like a whole mess over here that we have to contend with. Yeah, it is cheap labor, definitely. Oh, thanks, Cartomancy. I'm glad that you liked it. Just a couple things to note that are coming up. So on the 14th of February, I'm going to be on Heart and Soul Connected with Allie for Valentine's Day. And we will be talking about loving ourselves. So I hope that you guys can tune in for that. I'm looking forward to hanging out with Allie, and I'm doing some other stuff behind the scenes that I'm working on that I'm really excited about, that I'll let you guys know as soon as I know about them. Jane the Seeker will be with us on February the 18th for our Friday Think Friday at Spirit, and Tiny Trinkets and Tarot will be coming up the following week. I think it's February 25th for Thank Spirit It's Friday. So lots of good things going on. Thank you, you guys. You guys in the chat, you increase my positivity every time I show up and I see you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for all of your support. And thank you for participating in this with me, with each other, because that also increases my positivity. So from me to you, I love you. I hope you have a fantastic evening. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. And until then, many blessings. Bye for now, everyone. Have a great evening, friends. Blessings to everybody. Sweet dreams. Bye for now.